recording. Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Inktober. My recording stopped and I don't know when it stopped. So I'm starting it back up. I don't know if y'all got to get to see me draw this in or not because I'm not sure when it stopped. But anyway, I hit the record button again. So we'll keep on here. I'm not sure when it stopped because I was so involved in doing my Inktober. I didn't notice when the recording stopped. So we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on with, so we're going to, this is going to have a zoomorphic animal and there's going to be a Celtic knot worked in here. And then it's going to come around here, around the alligator. And so that's all I've got done. But again, I don't know when it stopped recording, so we'll see. So I'm going to continue on inking here. Can you hear me okay? And I'm having to turn it so I can get sharp, straight lines with my angle brush. Let me do a test in my chat. Okay, thanks, Little P. I wasn't sure if y'all could hear me because, like I said, the recording stopped, and I'm not sure how long ago. So we're just going to keep going. With our alligator and Celtic zoomorphic something. So if you have any questions, put them in caps. I usually catch it though, that's the thing. If the recording stops, I usually catch it and restart it right away. But I didn't see it because I was so engrossed in my inking that I didn't even notice that it stopped. And again, I'll sharpen everything up with the micron. But I like to get the bulk of it done with the ink if I can, you know, just painting it in. Want that a little thinner, but not too much thinner. I'll sharpen that up. Let me see move my camera a little. Getting a glare. All right, let me go ahead and splatter some ink. Then I'll dry it, and then we'll get in there with some detail. All right, let me get a softer. I'm doing them all this way. I'm splattering all of them, and then, you know, I can add some extra little blobs if I want to. Okay, now let me dry this. Hit it with the heat gun. Heat gun. I'll read chat while I'm drying. Okay, Janet. And it does warp the page a little bit to have all this wet ink. But again, I don't care. But I do want to make sure that all the blobs are dry. And if I need to, I'll just make sure and just push a paper towel on any areas. But I want to make, don't blob something up and then end up taking that and blobbing somewhere else. You got to get to a dry spot over here and just make sure that there's, see right there, you want to make sure that you're not blobbing up. I can see any kind of shine in the light where it might be wet. Okay, so again, that one right there is probably the only other place. Okay, I'm going to hit it with the heat gun 1 second more. All right, so now I'm going to take, let me just get I've just been using my Faber-Castell Pitt pens with the, like, you know, micron tip and microns and Faber-Castell, anyway. And then I use my brush pen. Where's my Pentel pocket brush pen for brushing in ink. So these two things are my detailers. My detailers. Okay, maybe let me move my, maybe I can move, let me see about zooming in a little bit more. Hang on, guys. Let's zoom in. Let's refocus. Hang on, let's focus. Focus, focus. All right. So let's go and do some detail. We'll work for about, what time is it? Oh, well, I don't know how long part 1 was. So, all right. I'll try to keep moving in and out of camera. I have a piece of black paper behind this main sheet here, so I'm not denting the next paper by pushing down with a pen or anything. All right, so here's where I'm going to just start getting the main details in, ink, you know, drawn in, and then I'll go in and ink. Thanks, Vicki. I'm glad you had fun. Thanks for being here, any and all people. This is his lower jaw right here. And it's going to come like over that little creature. So now this is where I kind of get those teeth nice and sharp. And I want them kind of going different ways. And any blue lines that are left, I'll just erase those. Hope y'all can see, and I hope I'm staying in camera. And then his mouth on the inside is going to be black. So let me just kind of get his teeth in there. Anybody else watch Survivor besides me and Janet and Terry L? Geez, they're scary. They're supposed to be scary. All right, let me just go ahead and get his jawline here because these teeth are on the inside. So they're not going to have like the little, like on inside the jaw like these do. These are going to be coming out from behind. So does anybody else watch Survivor? You do, Carla? We tweet during Survivors most of the time. Sometimes we don't, but we try. Different people are around at different times, but so I'm going to get the teeth in here, and then I'm going to get the pocket brush and do the inside of his mouth. You did, Julie? Had to miss some last week? Okay, so now I just need a little bit of a, well, I'll work on that with the brush pen here in a minute. All right, now let me come do this side. You watch on have Netflix, Pepper? Well, yeah, Denise doesn't have cable either. But they have regular, CBS, NBC, and all that. So they watch it. They don't have cable, but they watch it. They haven't had cable in years. They have Netflix, like you said. They have Netflix. Let me just kind of go along the jawline here first. And then this will come in here. Let's just get his jawline in there so I know where the teeth are coming from. Now see, I'm going in there with the pen and sharpening up, getting right up where my brush didn't get. And again, the same thing for the sharpness of the Good binge watching New Hawaii. I never have watched New Hawaii. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to the teeth. Yeah, I've watched Survivor since day one. I told y'all about my friend Julie that used to live here in my neighborhood. And when she and her husband retired and moved to Florida, it was like during I think Rupert the pirate episode. I can't remember. It was like right up there in the first one or two or three. I don't remember. Anyway, it was when it first came out. So she moved during that season of Survivor to Florida, like Tampa area, which is probably about an 8-hour drive maybe from here. I'm thinking something like an 8-hour drive, 7, 8 hour drive from my house, because I'm south of Atlanta. And so she moved, but during the final episode of Survivor of that season, the one with Rupert, the pirate season, at 8:00, well, 8:01, at 8:01, because it starts at 8 here, I hear my doorbell ring. I answer my door, and there's Julie standing there, dressed in full pirate garb, head to toe pirate. That she drove 7, 8 hours to be at my house at exactly 8 o'clock to watch the final Survivor with me. Yeah. Uh, okay, so we got his little head here. Let's get some details in. And I can erase some blue line. Okay, then his head comes around this way, and then this part of that body is going to come around right down into there. And again, there's another line I have to white out because I didn't think about going outside of the lines when I drew my templates. That's all dried up. Just need a drop, just a drop of white paint. I'm just whiting out the black lines from my outline of that shape that I have them all that shape. Okay. Okay, so, and I am going to want, like I said, wonky lines all around my template's edge. I know, right? And I also have been doing kind of wonky, sketchy lines around my blobs, just because I like the way it looks. It almost makes it look like a tree. And on some of them, I've even actually put some stems like this to make it look like it could be a tree. And I think I want that colored in there. So now these lines I want not perfect on purpose. I want them close to the black, but I want them kind of wonky. All right, let's keep going on the alligator. So I'm gonna have squiggly lines all in there. And his eye around here. And again, I can get the pocket pen out for some of the major lines here shortly. I'm just kind of finding where they're going. All right, let's see. Do I have all his teeth done? All right, I'm going to get the pocket brush pen out now because I want thin and thick lines. I want it thicker than my technical or my liner, and have them thick and thin. And doing a little thicker line going right across there. And hi, anybody that's popping in that I might have missed. I'm only going to be here for a few more minutes. I'm going to keep working on some of the detail until y'all kind of get the idea where I'm going. And I'll make sure and get it done to post sometime today. And you can still see some of the blue sketchy lines. I'm going to erase that, okay? Okay, and then inside his mouth here, so let's do that. What eraser do you use for the blue pencil? Just a white eraser, either this one or, I also have, if I get a real hard line, my Ticonderoga black eraser. This is the best eraser. But I'm pretty, it's lightly, I did it pretty light, so I can usually get my lines erased with a white eraser. But if I get a real stubborn one, I can use a Ticonderoga. That's usually what I use for color pencil. Prismacolor. The white, this won't erase Prismacolor. It'll lighten it up, but it's not going to erase it. To really erase color pencil, I need my Ticonderoga black. This. Time is at 1:15. Okay, I'm gonna work a few more minutes, guys, and I gotta go. I gotta get some stuff done. I haven't eaten except that piece of toast. So I'm gonna Need to eat and do a couple things before Survivor tonight. Hopefully we'll get pizza for dinner. Hubster called and asked, "Do you want pizza with Survivor?" Okay, it's getting really tiny up in here. I probably need my smaller brush again. So let's just kind of block it in a little. And then get in there with my Pitt pen. Pitt pens seem to be pretty good. I even use them in the color books. They don't go through. They don't go through the paper like some do. You know, sink through. All right, so I'm going to get around some of these teeth. Anyway, I hope you all had fun. Again, this is part 2 of inking because the recording stopped. So I don't even know how much recorded on part 1 of drawing this out. We'll see when I go to upload them. Okay. And you know, I'm going to get in here with, now let's see here, where can I show? Okay, over here. He's going to have scales down in here. And again, I'm just kind of going over. I'm not trying to exactly go on my blue line marks. I just wanted to indicate that there's big scales right in here. And then I'll go in there in between the scales and kind of do detail like that. But I'm making them all different sizes. These are smaller down in here, and then these are going to be bigger around his jaw here. Like that. And then I'll get in there and kind of get some little detail. Maybe do some double lines here and there to make them look more scaly. Like that. Bye, Lindsay. Thanks for coming. So this will take some time to get in here and get all these scales. So you can kind of see how long it takes to do one of these Inktobers every day. Well, how I do them anyway. You know, they usually from drawing through inking, about 2 hours, I would say. Take about 2 hours from the sketch down to the finished bit. And I think I will sign it right over here. I'm not done, but I'm going to sign it anyway. I don't want to forget what day I'm doing. Today's the 12th. So I've just been putting 10 dot and the date and then 2016. That's how I've been signing all of them. And I'll get inside in between each one of these little, you know, have some darker areas in there. Give it some more contrast. Like that. Now, the jawline here, I want it to be kind of scribbly. I want this to be all scribbles and not actual scales, but just kind of textury skin, like that. Thanks, Carrie. And thanks everybody for being here. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed this segment and also the junk dories. I have a couple bags around his eyes, darker around the eye there. Thanks, guys. I'm glad y'all got to hang around for a while, and I appreciate y'all coming by. So yeah, I'm going to do more scales all the way up that jaw, just like this. And then all in here, I'm just going to do kind of squigglies, just to give it a separate texture. And maybe a little darker along these edges here. And then less, up in here. Let me go ahead and erase some of the blue lines. Let me hit it with the heat gun to make sure. And then just get in here with my white pencil. And now I'm not going to erase him yet because I still have to do the Celtic knots in there. Right, but everything else I can kind of, especially over the teeth where they're blue, I want them obviously. I want them white. Y'all can't see the blue, but I can. Hey, Northern Lights. Aw, thank you. But the lighter you sketch, as long as you can see it, the better. I go a little dark when I'm trying to make it show up on camera. But that's why I like drawing on the craft color paper with the white pencil, because that shows up really well on camera. But, this is Inktober, so. So again, I still have to do him with the Celtic knot right in there. And just so you can kind of see some detail. I've got to finish all this squiggly stuff going up in here and some right up in here. And then finish the scales up in here. And I'll probably just shadow this. I'll probably just shadow this line, the serpentine thing going around, because I don't really want it to have any scales or anything, because I don't want it to detract. I think the white of that line coming through is going to be really nice. Some how to color eyes for different animals. I've done quite a few animals. Tell her, well, she's probably not, I don't know if she's listening or if you're just relaying. Look in the animal playlist. Look at the animal playlist. There's quite a few in there. If she means a specific one, she can just tell me and we can do, some animals, specific animals. But, yeah, so I want him to look really bumpy on the edge here. So I'm going to keep working on, well, I'm going to eat. I'm going to stop and eat, guys, and then I'll probably just keep working on this. Probably another, I don't know. I have to draw him in. Probably another hour, I imagine. Another hour. Yeah, because maybe a little longer, because I got to still draw out that, draw the knot, the Celtic knot in there. And again, so I'm going to keep swirling all in here. This will all be swirls, and then this will all be scaly stuff. And I'm just going to get in there in a few darker areas to make it have more textury look. Oh, okay, Carrie. So y'all got any questions or anything before we go, guys? Thanks for being here if I missed you. Say hi to, I'm looking. Fran, who else did I miss? Epic. Look, I'm just scrolling through and see who I might have missed over the last few hours. Rose, Sandpat, Sharon L. Thanks, everybody. So, yeah, I'll work on it, and I'm posting them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So it'll be later, though. It'll be later on this afternoon before I finish him. All right, guys. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you later. You're welcome. Thanks, Eileen, Carrie, Sherry, Janet, for modding. Okay, guys. Bye.